What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and some of you have probably realized or noticed that I have dialed back and slowed down my coverage of the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. And the reason I have done this is because, like I told you all in a past video, I feel like this case has become a complete mess. There's so much weird information floating out here. It seems like the mainstream media every day, they're tracking down a new source with exclusive information about this case, revealing all types of things that I don't know if it's true or not. It's getting hard to tell. It seems like when the news needs a story, they just create one and they blame it on a source. Hey, sources tell us that this is what happened. Sources tell us they found this ID. Sources tell us Bryan Kohberger was going here. And it's gotten to the point where it's kind of out of control. And it's hard to, to really find out what's true or not. Because some of the stuff that's being reported, it could be true. A lot of it sounds true. But a lot of it could be nonsense. And I feel like there's a lot of nonsense circulating around this case. But one of my main frustrations with this case is the length these people are going to ensure that Bryan Kohberger gets the best, legal representation, the best legal defense that he could possibly get. Now, of course, in an ideal situation, that's what you want, right? But I have never seen anything like this in all of my time on Earth. I have never seen people go so hard to try to defend someone that's accused of what Bryan is accused of. Now, I understand innocent until proven guilty. I agree with that. But how often in this country do you see someone with no money get free legal defense the way that, or to get a free legal defense team in the way that Bryan has gotten one? I'm looking at all of these headlines. And these headlines in the news, they say that Bryan Kohberger has just hired a new high-profile lawyer to join his defense team. The only problem with this news and these headlines is that Bryan Kohberger hasn't hired anybody. The high-profile lawyers that are already working for him, the team of private investigators that are working for Bryan Kohberger has not spent a single dollar. Bryan Kohberger didn't hire anybody. And as if this dude's freaking rock star legal defense team wasn't already good enough, now they've added another high-profile lawyer. Let's go find every high-profile lawyer we could find in America and attach them to Bryan Kohberger's team, because obviously this dude is more special than anyone else in the country. I don't believe in white privilege, but I'll be damned if there's not a Kohberger privilege going on right now. What in the hell is so special about this dude that, I don't even know what to call it, but that our criminal justice system feels that they have to go so hard to ensure that he has the best lawyers possible. Ladies and gentlemen, if it were me or you, we would be hung out to dry. Innocent people are going to jail every day. People are going to jail every day for petty little crimes. Did you hear about that recent situation up in New York with that crazy dude, that crazy homeless dude on the subway? Well, I think his name was Jordan Neely. He had assaulted random women, beat random women up, almost kidnapped a little girl. He was threatening people on the subway train. Some dude put him in a headlock, and Jordan Neely winded up dying. Do you think the dude that put him in the headlock, do you think our criminal justice system, our legal system, do you think they would go so hard as to try to get him a bunch of free lawyers to defend him? No. No, not a chance in hell. But Bryan Kohberger is special. He's so special that they're coming, the whole entire state, the whole entire country. Let's make sure that Bryan Kohberger has the best lawyers possible. And I know I'll get the people chirping in the comment section, well, this happens all the time. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I've experienced real life. Those of us who have experienced real life, we know that you ain't getting no freaking representation like this for free. No one is. They will send you to jail in a heartbeat. They will let you rot. They will not give a single damn at all about you. But hey, you go and murder 4 college students and you have the last name Kohberger, I'll be damned if they're not going to get the most high-profile lawyers possible to ensure that you get out of this. Or, you know what I think it is? What I think it is I think that, and I've thought things like this for a long time, I feel like everyone is kind of in on this situation. What I mean is, I think we have the court system, and then we have the media, and all of that. I think they're working together because they know that there are more eyes on this case than almost any other case like this in years. This is going to be one of the biggest cases, and it already is, in years. When this goes to trial, if it's televised, it's going to be some of the highest ratings they have gotten in a long time. The mainstream media is crumbling. They're looking for anything they can. So it seems to me like they're almost dramatizing, sensationalizing this situation. We want to make sure Bryan gets the best legal defense possible. Not necessarily because we care about Bryan, but we care about ratings, and we want to ensure that this trial is the bomb diggity. We want to make sure that everyone's tuning into this trial. We need a good trial. We need something that is Hollywood worthy. We need something that, people are going to make movies out of this afterwards. It really feels like there's a effort put forth not just by the media, but by the court systems themselves to ensure that this is one of the most high-profile cases we have seen in recent history. So no, Bryan Kohberger didn't hire a new high-profile lawyer. No, he's getting one for free. Bryan Kohberger hasn't spent a single penny. Dude's got a whole team of private investigators working day in and day out to try to prove he's innocent. That does not happen for your everyday average person. You do not get court-appointed lawyers that care this much. It happens very rarely. And sure, I'm sure some of you, I got a parking ticket in my my court-appointed lawyer helped me a lot. My court-appointed lawyer was great. He helped me with this traffic citation. No, a murder case, dude, a freaking court-appointed lawyer in a murder case, and somehow, for some way, y'all are forming like the Avengers right now. It's like every other day, new high-profile lawyer joins the defense team for Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger's defense team hires super special team of private investigators. And it's like, holy man, like, y'all are really going hard. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this article. Idaho student murder suspect Bryan Kohberger hires new high-profile lawyer who worked a TV case. Oh, it just so happens she's famous from TV. By the way, Bryan didn't hire her. So I already have a problem with this article, but let's go forward. Suspected University of Idaho killer Bryan Kohberger has hired a new attorney who previously worked in a case that appeared on America's Most Wanted involving a man who received 4 consecutive life sentences plus 50 years. Alyssa G. Massoff has been added as co-counsel for Kohberger, who faces 4 charges of first-degree murder. Massoff, who attended the same university as the 4 victims, is certified to defend death penalty cases and filed a notice of appearance with the 2nd Judicial Court on Tuesday. According to her website, Massoff is qualified to defend clients facing the death penalty. Under her About section online, she also claims to be one of the top criminal defense lawyers in Idaho. She is Idaho's Criminal Justice Panel representative and a former president of the Idaho Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. She also spent 11 years on the board of directors before becoming president. Massoff's previous cases include the overturning of a conviction for a man accused of attempted murder and kidnapping. The man wound up receiving 4 consecutive life sentences plus 50 years according to the National Registry of Exonerations, and the case appeared on the popular television program America's Most Wanted. Massoff, on appeal, was able to convince the court that the witness mistakenly identified her client. Massoff joins public defender Ann Taylor, who will earn $200 an hour while working the case as part of Kohberger's legal team. Taylor was appointed to represent Kohberger soon after he was extradited to Idaho from Pennsylvania. Now, let's not forget, I know they want us to forget, but let's not forget that the last lawyer they attached to this case, they had to rip away from representing the family members of these victims in other cases that have nothing to do with this. So, I've had a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to how this case has been handled since day one. I know there will be a lot of people that try to pretend like this is normal when it's not. And the majority of those people who will pretend like this is normal, they don't have lived-in experiences. And I'm telling you right now, you can go to courtrooms around America and let's see how many people have this good of representation for free. I want to see how many court-appointed free lawyers are out here going as hard for their clients as these people are going for Bryan Kohberger. I want you to show me where people with no money at all have private investigative teams doing research for them to try to prove their innocence. It does not happen. And therein lies a lot of my frustration. Because the reality is, this country, we go harder to protect accused murderers, accused child predators, than we do people who are just trying to protect themselves. Than we do people who have been accused of nonsense. You know what I mean? And that, it sickens me. And I believe this case just exposes more of that. Because there is no way in this world that Bryan Kohberger, for free, should be having all of this at his disposal. It usually doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often. If it happened to you, then boy oh boy are you blessed. But man, if I ever do anything, I hope I get the Kohberger treatment. Because they treat this dude like a god. What else are they going to give him? We're going to give you every great lawyer we could think of. We're going to hire investigative teams. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude is in jail eating 5-course vegetarian meals. Oh yeah, by the way, the jail that he's at, they are cooking meals just for him. No one else in the jail, just for Kohberger. So I'm just saying, man, I've never seen someone else get the Kohberger treatment the way Kohberger is getting the Kohberger treatment. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Surely some of you all will disagree. Feel free to disagree down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk more about this case in the future.